Welcome back to Two Dads in a Pod, where we talk about dad stuff, random stuff, kid stuff, because, we're not tired of it at home.
Yeah, and it's ongoing too, so kind of gives us stuff to talk about.
Yeah. So, what do you have a subject today?
I do, but I'd actually feel like I want to let you start this time. I feel like I kind of took over last time, so if you got anything going on,
Again, it's
put you on the spot.
It's just one of those moments where, like,
Yes.
I know I have like 100 things I want to talk
practice at
about.
least 3 of them before I go in, and I'm like, I don't know how much time we're gonna have
Yeah.
to do a certain one.
And then I come in the day of, and I'm
And
just
it's
like, blank.
Yeah.
Blank. It's kind of like, okay, so it's kind of like when you're a kid,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you just got scolded or you got sent to your room, and you can't say anything. I mean, you get flustered, you get mad and stuff like that, but then they send you to your room.
Yeah.
And then when you close the door, you're like literally talking to the door, like, how dare you talk to me like that?
You practice a fight.
Yeah, like, how dare you talk to me like...
Still do that in the shower, man.
The showers are a good a good way to, like, in your head practice your flexing.
I mean,
you got a barrier that nobody can see, you know.
Well, not only that, I mean, it's
do a little water bending while you're in there.
That one too. Yeah, I mean, it's just he's got all this time. I mean, I finished scrubbing and stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna stand here for a little bit. The shampoo bottle will be your crowd. You know?
You stand in there after scrubbing, or do you stand in there before scrubbing?
Stand there after scrubbing.
I think I do both.
I just stand.
Yeah.
And then my wife's like, "Why are you taking there so long?" I'm like, "Because I just do." I just stand there, just think about anything.
So, okay, compared to my wife,
Yeah.
I take the shortest showers ever.
Oh,
But
man,
when I'm in there, it feels like I'm taking forever because it is half the time.
If my wife ever comes on the show, if you ask her that question, she's gonna like, I'm the one that takes the longest.
Oh, really? Why is that? Like, do you just, besides the standing in their part, you just like to scrub extra hard?
No, I literally finish, and then my mind wanders, and the next thing you know, I'm just like practicing nothing, water bending or something. I'll be like, hey, remember that one kung fu movie where they like move their foot across the water and like a big old splash goes up there, and then so I use the puddle that's there, and then I start doing that. It sounds stupid, but I mean, yeah, I've done that since forever.
I think you're allowed to do anything you want in the shower. No pun intended. Like, because it's like your private moment.
Yeah.
The rest of the house, it's either your wife's or your kid's space kind of thing.
Yeah.
So unless you have like a garage and you have a working area, whatever. But like, I didn't grow up building and fixing things, so I don't know what that kind of man side is. So
like a man cave.
Like a man cave. Like, sports over my head. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, UFC here and there, it's very entertaining, but like watching it by myself and having Sophia like be there with me is like, it's just feels weird to have, like, she's watching her cell phone anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, there's no point in me trying to like make time to watch these sports events, whatever. But yeah, no, growing up, I didn't really have I had a few moments with my dad where he was fixing whatever the car.
Yeah.
He explained to me what he's doing a little bit and stuff like that, but never like assisted him. That way, that's why I find
you get yelled at.
I got I can a little bit of that. I think everybody has dealt with that, and I think that's just like a powered move from a dad. Like, he wants to feel some sort of like control of a situation or like some sort of authority. That's why.
Well, actually,
because in the house we'd have no authority.
Oh yeah, no.
So we go.
That's a good point, though. Was your dad growing up? Was he like pretty controlling? Did he like not?
No,
he
was really passive.
He was really passive. So
yeah,
he didn't.
I mean, you can tell, like, don't get on his bad side kind of thing.
Right,
but he never. He was never really like controlling of any kind of relationship. He just like if it didn't go his way, he's just like, oh, whatever. Like, he just let it go.
He just okay.
Not let it go as in like not care about it.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, he's just not gonna care about it. So if he can't, and
like if he can't do anything about it, he just like
gives up.
He's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We were probably teenagers, 13, 14 or whatever. We got pet fish, right?
Okay.
We got pet fish. That's the closest pets we have as kids. Pet fish. I didn't name
Usually
any of them because I know what happens when you name fish and then something happens to them and then you're just like, no, Fred, Why Fred? I don't know. Anyway, and then so we had it for I can't remember the time frame of how long we had it, but it wasn't very long. And I was so excited. I would feed him and everything. And one night out of nowhere, I guess maybe a pebble or something got stuck in the filter because it was starting to make the
like a Finding Nemo.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay,
and so maybe they're trying to escape.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So it started making noise nonstop unless you fixed it or something.
Yeah.
Right? But he couldn't figure out how to fix it. So next thing I know, he's bagging up the fish, throw them away.
Just like that?
Just like that.
It wasn't even dead. He just
Did
Did you at least flush it down the toilet?
No, it was in a bag of water in a bag and then threw it away.
Damn.
I was like, how can you imagine years later some mutant gene or whatever they come up? He's like, thanks for feeding us, whatever, because they know who I was.
Coming out of the toilet with
yeah. Or coming back, knock on the front door, what the
It'd be funny if they morphed with the bag. So they morphed with the bag, so it's over them.
it's part of their skin a little bit. It's like, what is that, loose skin? It's like, no, it's the plastic bag. We've adapted.
Oh man.
No, yeah. So he was that kind of person who's just like, if it didn't work out, he's done with it. He'll throw it away, whatever. So I'm like, good thing he wasn't like that with his kids, man.
Throw you away now.
Threw us away.
Okay, so how was it growing up with a passive dad then?
Anything annoyed him, really.
Yeah.
Did
he also not? Was it hard for him to show emotions?
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
We've talked about that. We have, but
it was very rare for him to show any kind of weak emotions.
Right.
Kind of thing.
So what about if let's say something happened in school, you guys wanted to talk about it?
Oh no.
He wouldn't be the one.
I don't even talk to my mom about that.
Yeah, no, me neither.
The only time school was brought up is either do your homework. Obviously, they wanted us to not play games or something at that moment.
Yeah.
Or we did something bad at school, or we got bad grades.
Yeah.
We were told at one point it was for every A you get, you'll get $20. For every B you get $10. So there was a semester where we did that, right?
Yeah.
And I did really well. I was like, oh, there's an incentive. There we go. Grades came in, no money. And I'm just like, so after that, anytime my mom said anything even close to that, nah, I don't believe you. What?
What's the biggest lie you ever heard? No, what's the biggest lie your parents ever told you that you can think of?
The one that emotionally hurt me as a kid.
Oh shit.
So we were really deprived as kids. Not my mom's fault, not my dad's fault. It was just more of the only day off they had technically was Sundays, and that's when we went to Nipomo. Every other Sunday. Right? We did the window shopping thing over there at the swap market, whatever, or what's it called? The
swap meet.
Swap meet. But there was anything outside of that we did. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Right. Excuse me. Anything we did outside of that was really, really fun. So we went to Boomers for the first time.
Oh my God, Boomers!
I was maybe 7.
Do you remember what it used to be called? Camelot Park.
Camelot Park, yeah. So we went to Camelot Park
at that time, yeah.
At the time, we're aging ourselves here.
Anybody who's from the Central Coast California area will know.
Yeah. So we went to Camelot Park, and for the first time, we did the go-karts, we did all the, we had pizza. Back then, it was delicious. But now it's you look at it, it's this is dry or greasy.
Was
one
it?
Or the other.
Do you think it's just your child taste buds that was the best?
Oh yeah,
shit
yeah.
ever?
Kind of, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Tricks are for kids. So remind me, tricks are for kids. Anyway,
did they still have the laser tag in there at that time at Camelot Park?
It was
this big old inflatable. You don't remember that? It was inflatable and
So no, we didn't do, or at least it wasn't there, or we didn't do that part. Because I didn't do the baseball bat part.
The batting cages. Yeah,
the batting cages. I didn't do that because I just wasn't into baseball at all.
Yeah.
So we had lots of fun. We get home. I want to say my mom was either tucking me into bed or telling us to go to sleep. One or the other. But at that moment, it felt like pure bliss. She's there. We had a good day. I told her, "Mom, can we do that again sometime?"
Yeah.
She goes, "Yeah, of course." Fast forward 10 years later,
When it's boomers.
when it's boomers, and I'm 18 and I can do whatever the hell I want. I went with like coworkers, and I only went once with my family. And then there was obviously Captain Kidd and the Tascadero that we did once.
I love Captain Kidd.
We did once, but that's because we were in like a ASO soccer.
Yeah.
And there was like a team.
So like was it like the end
end
of
of the season
party,
trophies,
whatever? Yeah, trophy handout.
We went to Captain King's.
Kids.
Captain Kids, yeah. And
I saved up all of those. I know I'm like going to
the
tangent
tokens.
here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I saved up all those tickets because they gave out tickets for your prizes, and then at the end of like the day, we would hand them over, and then we can either keep them and save them up. Yeah. And they give you a card with how many tickets you had.
Yeah. They write it down.
Yeah, write it down. And like we saved. I remember I used to have this wallet that had like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And that fucking place closed down, and I didn't get to use them.
I feel like I had the one time I went for the soccer thing. I remember doing that, and then they gave me the card instead, and I remember it being in my wallet like it's gold, like for the longest time.
I used to have this Super Mario wallet. Super Mario Bros. 2 wallet, and I still have the wallet, but I got rid of the ticket.
Yeah, they ended up closing down. I think to me it felt like abruptly. It wasn't like planned or anything. But maybe they just
we were kids.
Yeah, and it was a Tascadero. Like nobody was really going over.
Because that's Galaxy Theater now, right?
In that same area, probably. I don't know if it's like exact same spot.
I sworn it was, but that's kid nostalgia.
When I was a kid, Tascadero seemed a lot more complex because it seemed bigger of its sound. And now you go over there, I just went through it.
Get on El Camino, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. You can find everything. Food for Less, that's what we went to every Sunday. You know?
Oh man, that Food for Less is cool. I used to go with my mom all the time.
And then they opened the one here in Paso, and
bye a Tascadero.
Bye Tascadero. What? Tascadero where?
Why would we go to Tascadero?
And then In-N-Out was built, and then we're like, all right, let's go In-N-Out.
But anyway, as you were saying.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was like I think the most like I lost trust for some reason as a kid with my parents because she said, yeah, we'll do that again. I'm like, all right, cool. Like not even for birthday, Christmas, any other special occasion, we didn't go back for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
She probably saw that how much we spent or something, and then be like, no, it's too expensive. So they usually try to do something again, swap meet.
Yeah.
To like 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. We'll get things for us, and then the kids will be okay. But if we get something, it's the only thing we're gonna fucking get. You know.
We'll get a churro and be happy.
Yeah.
Do you think were they? I mean, obviously, I don't think they purposely did that, but
no.
What other things did you guys end up doing instead of like, or no? Actually, how long were they only working 6 days a week? Because you said their days off for Sundays, right?
Yeah. So I would wake up, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but my dad would wake up before anybody else. I would hear him in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Drinking, getting coffee, getting his lunch together, and to me, it felt like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I can't exactly say if it was 5 o'clock in the morning when he woke up, but it felt like 5 o'clock in the morning. And before the sun was up, he was already gone. And you can tell it was him leaving the apartment complex because he had a Pontiac Trans Am. And I'm like, there we go. Every neighbor's waking up, But you can hear like, and I'm just like, okay, he's going to work,
Yeah.
And but I wouldn't see him. I would go to school. I would come back, be with my grandma, and I probably won't see both of them until like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So they were like doing 12-hour days. Yeah. Saturday was the only one where like they're there at 3.
And was that your whole entire life as a kid? I mean,
at least until I started working at like 15 and a half. Then I think I started buying most of my own stuff.
Right.
But I don't know to what effect that affected their financial plans, right? Or whatever.
But your parents kind of stayed that shift.
Yeah. That's why whenever anybody's telling me how hard they work, that's why whenever I think I'm working too hard, that's why whenever all these like little things like pop up on the news feed and stuff like that, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me,
dude?
My parents grinded. Sure, our relationship wasn't the greatest, but
circumstances.
Yeah, but whenever I want to measure my work, my how hard I worked with somebody, it's them. It's like, obviously, social media, you'll be like, oh, Kevin Hart's the hardest worker, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But like in my personal life, there's nobody that worked harder than my
Then you
parents.
could- yeah.
You know, and that's why like when people tell me like, Miguel, you should take a day off or something, like an extra day or something, and I'm like, compared to what my parents did, I'm freaking on vacation, man.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
exactly.
You just it's perspective.
Like, all right.
Like, yeah, I'll take a day off, but the reality is like I don't want to,
Right.
you know, because it just when we were at home on their day off, we like it didn't seem like the greatest thing because they were already tired, they didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Hence why we didn't do anything, you know, other than swap meet or what's another one? I feel like this is another Food for Less was one of the big trips we took every
Isn't
other
it weird
week.
that like going grocery store shopping is a lot of
That was our thing,
That was like
yeah.
a thing that you did, and maybe because you
Yeah.
every once in a while get rewarded with like a candy bar or something.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like,
Snickers was my go-to.
yeah. Because I mean, I have many memories of just going with my mom.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice, but I
Or
just
what is it called? The Discount Mall in Santa Maria.
oh,
It's like an indoor swap
I
meet
know
kind
what
of
you're
thing.
talking about. That place.
And all these booths have like all these like really like cheaper
See-
products.
Yeah, you see the shoes that are like wrapped in.
I always gravitated towards the back where all the toys were and the like soccer balls were in the like soccer ball holding
Yeah,
nets, whatever.
Man, I always went to that place where they would. I think they'd sell tacos or something there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
They
yeah.
had 2 arcade machines.
Yeah.
And I played Metal Slug or like Marvel vs. Capcom. Dude, that
Yeah.
shit was the best.
Yeah, I remember going there often. I didn't eat. I don't think we ever ate the tacos there. Maybe once, but I remember just getting like the Coke in a glass bottle.
Oh yeah.
There, they had those, but I remember going there, and then it was always before the new school year.
Oh, so summer school shopping.
Yeah, school
Yeah,
shopping.
we used to do that too.
We'd go there, and then my mom would go, "All right, this is like the one time she's like, get what you need.
Oh
My
yeah.
brother pants, shoes,
Yeah.
hats, shirts." And I'm over here looking at myself like I still fit in the same pants and the same shirt and stuff like that. So I would usually tell my mom's like I'm okay, like unless I needed shoes or something, which is really weird for me because like I've always like, you know, I wasn't always the happiest person when it came to equality between me and my brother. Like I always felt like he got more stuff,
Right.
but in the reality is like I never
You
really
just-
took
you
advantage.
never asked.
I
Yeah.
never asked. I never, continued asking or something. Because as a kid, even if it was like a school play that kids would volunteer, like during the day, we'd have shows for like the other classes kind of thing. Like
Yeah, I remember
the Alice in Wonderland show. And then they would try to get people, they would try to ask the students like, all right, make sure your parents are okay, if they can bring, do an after school play for the rest of the parents. And I always opted out because in my head it's like my mom's tired. I can't.
Yeah,
I'm not
wanna
gonna.
go.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
ask her to do that, right? And then when my brother asked, they went, and I was like, "What the?" And then, but that's my fault. I didn't.
You never asked because you thought you assumed
I thought I was being like super
intrusive.
No,
intrusive,
not-
not intrusive.
I was like considerate,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
I was considering their how tired they were, but at the same time, maybe they weren't tired. Again, perspective. It's like,
Well,
They-
the
they
thing is,
did-
you never asked, so they, yeah, no, there's that.
and the
that
things I
feeling-
did ask was very what's it called? It's like if I was gonna ask for something, it was gonna be a big ask.
Big thing.
So that's why, like, when I got turned down for the big ask, I figured the rest of them were gonna be no's.
Right. That failing communication. It's not like you guys had, and so it seems like you and your parents never really had a vocal communication.
Oh, no,
relationship,
no.
Right.
No, now that I have like Sophia and I'm married and I've been on my own since like 21 and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, I told myself like I'm definitely not moving back. That's
Yeah.
a big one. I think when I moved back from Lemoore to Paso, I was with my mom for like 30 days, but I was like, Mom, I need you to know, like, I'm finding a place. This is just
Yeah,
like 30
it's just
days.
temporary.
And what's it called? Now that I have Sophia and stuff like that, I'm really a lot more straightforward with my mom.
Yeah.
When she tells me things, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that because of this.
You don't have to worry anymore.
Yeah. I don't have to worry anymore trying to hurt people's feelings because she's not, she's not working as much. She's definitely slowed down, but now I don't have to take her feelings into consideration. So I hurt her feelings when it comes to other things.
I mean, I can relate to that too. I also moved
Yeah.
out when I was 21.
Yeah.
I moved out because Lexi she wasn't born yet, but
Yeah.
my ex was pregnant with Lexi, and that's what kind of like motivated me
yeah.
to like get
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And yeah, eventually I would do the same thing. I just not necessarily talk back to my parents, but I would be more
Lay it
like
out.
straightforward.
Yeah.
But my always go to is don't feel bad, because if everything goes bad, you can always just go home. Like I didn't have to worry about it. I always feel like
Yeah, before?
yeah, and I'd be
There
like,
was
I'm
this-
going home.
There was that, that was that weird safety feeling, like, because I remember living paycheck to paycheck from 18 to 21.
Oh man, yeah.
I remember going to Food for Less and getting that 12-pack of Shasta Cola for $2.
Yeah,
that was like
yeah.
a main, for some reason, main source of my calories when it came to like the liquid part.
Shasta Cola.
Shasta Cola. Shout out to Shasta if you want to sponsor us. Just kidding.
I wouldn't mind shit. Shasta.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. 99 cents Arizona teas. Those were big ones, like, especially the big like half-gallon ones. They were like $1.20, but like at Fruit Flies it was 2 for like $1.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And yeah, I remember just living off a lot of Fruit Flies stuff, Top Ramen, stuff like that. So I knew what it was like to live paycheck to paycheck. But I knew also at the same time, it was like, if I needed to, I know my mom, even though I didn't leave in the best terms sometimes, or when I was 18, I started like, obviously when I was a teenager too, I would argue a little bit, but I always knew that like, going back was going to be a simple ask.
Oh, okay.
I moved out like 3 times between 18 and 21. And I think it was like on the third time, I knew it was going to be my last time asking to move back in a more permanent sense.
Yeah.
Because my mom told me, like, you can ask your dad. I usually ask my mom, and that's it. Like, my dad, again, passive. He didn't really care or whatever. And I remember sitting down with them at their house, whatever, at the apartment, and I was like, hey, is it cool if like I move back? It's like I felt defeated almost because I had to ask him.
You felt like a little kid again.
Felt like a little kid asking for permission to go outside or something. And he goes, yeah, no, that's fine. Just make sure, he didn't really say, like, there was no requirements moving back. So it's like, just as long as you're sure.
No rules or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I left and came as I pleased, because at that point I was already over 18. So it's like, they can say anything other than you don't live here, which I doubt they were going to say, Which is funny because I said to my brother at one time, sorry. And then he's now living with my mom again. He's doing better. The camera catches that. Yeah, I don't know if it did. I think it was on you, but but yeah, no, it's yeah, no, it. Whoa, I lost my train of thought right now. I made a terrible joke and.
That's what you get.
That's what I get. That's what I get for making terrible jokes. I was making. See, that's the one thing about myself that I came to peace with, but however, still surprise myself sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I'll make the weirdest, dumbest jokes at the weirdest, dumbest times. And they're like, what? And I'm like, never mind.
It's basically one of those, it's either hit or miss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought in my 31 years of life, I would have figured out what not to say, when to say. But there's still those times where like, oh shit, I gotta find a way to filter some of these things I say. I think I'm blocking the camera.
I don't think it's going to change at this point.
No, not at this point. No, this is me.
Yeah, this is you. No, it's always been you. It just never changed. It's now like you're.
I may be more empathetic for certain things.
It's your forms of dad jokes. Yeah. Trying to lighten the mood, I think, is what happens.
I think I'm more like. I know I'm smarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know I'm wiser. But
we got the gray hairs to show for it.
Yeah, we got the gray hairs to show for it.
Wisdom hairs.
Wisdom hairs, yeah. Not stress hairs, wisdom hairs. But I know for a fact that let's say there's a percentage of how much knowledge and how wise you are is 100%, right? You're 100% like you're freaking Gandhi or something, right? When I start like thinking,
I'm too petty.
In the bigger picture, when I start thinking the bigger picture, I'm like 2%.
Yeah.
I'm 2%. Like, there's no way. Like, 1, I need to learn more things of other things, and 2, I need to like either be more social, like go out and like network and stuff like that to learn a little bit more of like mannerisms and all that stuff. But for the most part, I do okay. But when I think about the big picture, I'm like, dude. Even if I look at other people and I think about, how do they realize where they're at in the big picture?
Mm.
And there's people that like hold themselves high and they think they're like, oh, they're at 50%, 60%, whatever. And I'm like, dude, you're in the same boat as me.
Yeah, we're the same, man.
The older we get, the more I realize, like, not all adults know what they're doing.
It's hard.
Isn't that scary?
It is.
Growing up, oh, they have a job, they have this, they know better, and then now that we're the grown-ups, we're just like, what the fuck?
Dude, my dad hated the fact that I liked video games so much. Like as a kid, I remember hate might be too hard of a word. I just know he wasn't fond of it. Let's go with that. Okay. But I did so well in school that he couldn't say shit about it. Like he could, but he couldn't. Like he could still like say like a backhanded compliment about it, or just to kind of make fun of me for it or whatever. Usually if I got in trouble or something, I'd always be like, about es porque los pinches juegos. Like, that's what it would be. That's what it
you guys are violent. You guys are this.
No, it's not even no.
Se portan mal.
No, it wasn't even that. It's it was for him. It was more like me not getting enough exercise or whatever. And I did, and that's the thing is, I did have a good amount of playtime and like outside playtime. And I did sports too, but still, like I guess I wasn't up to par. What should I have been in sports?
We're never up to par when we're being active. There was a time where I was in soccer.
Yeah.
And my mom got mad that she had me in soccer because they always put me in defense.
You just stood there?
You're always just standing there. But I'm going to tell you this much. Right. We were undefeated division champions, and nobody got past me. I'm telling you that much. We were division champions, and nobody got past me.
And you still didn't.
And my coach is like... And then there's Miguel. He literally started off that way when he was giving out the little trophies. And then there's Miguel standing there looking at the bird or something like that. And here comes the ball, and and he just puts his foot out. Yeah. Passes it back forward, and I'm done. And I'm like, you know what? And
that's about all I can do.
If I had the knowledge I do now, my response at the time would have been like, work smarter, not harder.
My dad loves soccer. God, sorry. My dad loves soccer, and
to the point like where like he fakes an injury.
It's okay. You know what? I'm gonna defend that. It's part. It's not.
It's part of
it's
the
a loophole.
entertainment.
It's a loophole. No, it's a loophole in the sport. All right. No. You're running for 45 minutes. You need a break. You need a break every once in a while. Shit.
So you pretend to have a break.
Yeah. Anyway, my bad. No, I was the kid that was getting yelled at.
Yeah.
By my dad.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Muévete.
Oh. That's a part of one of them. The first year that I did it, I was goalie. And like, oh fuck.
Did you explain your dad? I can't get leave. Like,
do you really think? Do you under?
Wake up!
Isn't that basically like talking back? I can't say that.
Oh yeah, that's
true.
I
just kind of.
But with the knowledge we know today, maybe.
No. The knowledge I know today, being that little, I wouldn't even dared to do that. Yeah. I just knew that I just would do better because I know how to do better now. Yeah, so the knowledge that I would know today would make me a better goalie.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but I mean, hey, he went to every game. I can't. I'm making fun of the situation. It's funny now, but like he went to every game. I did get yelled at every game, basically.
We got a little dark. At least your dad came to every game. My dad was at home.
You see my point? That's exactly that's my point. That's actually literally my point. Is he went to every game. And, some kids unfortunately didn't get that. Sorry, Miguel.
And maybe my dad. Here's a different perspective. Maybe my
We're
dad.
crying inside.
Like, we have so many. We love our dads. Me and my dad stayed home because of that reason, because he knew he was going to yell at us or something.
Well, at least he knew he needed a filter. All right.
He's like,
my dad getting care of.
You know Arthur, the fist, the fist meme.
Yeah.
Like
my dad. See, that was back when parents could yell at their kids.
Pendejo.
Yeah, my dad didn't give a fuck. I mean, I'll give it to him. I remember one time I think he left work early just to go, and he was in his fucking slacks, long sleeve shirt and a tie. He didn't even bother getting dressed up. He showed up at Sherwood Park, just there, and I was like, I'm gonna get yelled at. But anyway,
Yeah.
I still remember this one. This one I think is like really funny for me now, but not at the moment. Also, it was during soccer. I apparently had a bad game because I'm getting yelled at. And then ASO, they do 4 quarters instead of 2 halves.
Yeah.
And because it's a recreational sport, every kid has to play at least like 2 or at least 1 quarter or 2 quarters. I don't remember. Yeah, you remember that, right?
This coordinated kid had to play. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I for the most part would either play that. I know. I for the most part would play all 4 quarters or at least 3.
Oh no, I would enjoy the break.
Yeah. So I remember the field was wet, and we're playing at a school. That was when we were playing at. The field was wet. My dad had just like finished yelling at me, or I don't remember, just not doing something that I thought I was supposed to. Like I wasn't as coordinated as a little kid at that time, especially with soccer. It just everything, technique and stuff didn't form in my head until a little later. Anyway, this also kind of goes into the whole we weren't allowed to cry kind of thing. So I'm getting there. There's a big finish right here, but so he yells at me for not doing something. It's my turn to take a quarter break.
Yeah.
And he says, "You see that chair over there? Go sit over there. Like go rest up and go sit over there." And I was already embarrassed because I didn't know whose fucking chair that was. It wasn't ours.
like a lawn chair?
Like a lawn chair there. I don't know if he knew that it was probably one of the coaches or something.
Yeah.
But he tells me to go sit in the chair. And that chair is like right behind the out of bounds line. Okay, like towards the middle of the field.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like,
contemplating.
No, not only that, only 2 more quarters until this is over,
yeah.
right? And I was like, this is it now, finally. Man, I can remember this like yesterday. One of the kids who used to be my teammate from a previous year, he like tried to save a ball, and it was like right in the middle of the field. He tried to save a ball, and he did a bad kick, and he kicked it, and instead of going forward, it like veered right, his right, straight to me, and I'm sitting. That ball's wet. And I still remember seeing the spin on that ball.
Oh, with the droplets just.
I still remember. Yeah, and it's going towards my face.
Yeah.
And it hits my face right in the nose, dude. Just like, because he tried to save it. I don't know if it was like it popped up and he was trying to like control it. He completely missed it. And it just went right. He shanked the ball, went right to my face. I remember getting hit so hard. The ball was fucking wet, dude. And if you've been hit by a wet ball right to the face, there's a slap, that goes with it.
I gotta take a moment. Continue.
Okay. I mean, if bitch slap had a name, it's a wet soccer ball. All right. Anyway, so I remember my head flying back.
Yeah.
And then here's the part. Okay, I wanted to cry because that shit fucking hurt.
Yeah.
And I knew my dad's right there. I'm already taught I can't cry. And at that time, I was like about 8 or 9, or maybe and I couldn't cry. And I remember like powering through like the tears, kind of like it's kind of coming out, and I'm like trying to suck it back in.
Where's that from? I feel like that's a movie.
It's Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and I'm just like, and it's like going back. I'm like, but I remember my face. I didn't even hold my face because I knew if I did, I'd start crying. It's one of those moments that you have a choice, and whatever you do, even like a little move might just make the waterworks because you're springing a leak, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, because it hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to fight back tears. And I swear to you, I could feel my dad's face over to my right as he's like arms folded. And I can't see him, okay?
Yeah.
Even my peripherals can't see him. But I just, for some reason, feel like he was watching me with arms folded, looking at me that way, trying to see if I was going to cry. And I didn't. I held, it took forever to hold it all back, but I held it all back. And I remember after the game, he didn't say shit. All right, he was never really. My dad wasn't really a guy that's gonna. Even if he did good, it was what was expected of you. Yeah. It wasn't like
you weren't gonna get.
Good boy.
You weren't gonna get a cookie of it.
No, he was gonna clap for me and say, "Yeah, that." No, he wasn't gonna. He'd just probably nod and say like, "Good job, go do it again."
Yeah,
like basically that, right? It's just. so we get back to my mom. I think she was probably going with somebody else's game. I don't remember. I don't know if it was one, but we all kind of meet up.
Yeah.
And she says, and so I'm already feeling defeated because I already felt like I did bad. I already got yelled at most of the game. I'm sitting in the back of the car, and I could just hear them talking. And my mom asked my dad, "How'd he do?" He goes, "No, I said nothing." You know, he's going off. And my mom, for some reason, Mom, I'm calling you out because I know you're listening to this. She got mad too. And I was like, "You weren't even there. What am I doing?" She got mad. I don't know what else was
There's
going on.
two sides to every story, Mom.
I know, right? But anyway, she got mad. But one thing I did hear my dad say, and like I said, he said this indirectly. He didn't tell it to me. He was telling my mom. He was like, but he got hit in the face, and like a little man, he didn't cry.
Wow.
I know, and I was like, fucking hurt. But I remember him. He's like, pero no lloró como hombrecito, and I was like.
You got home, you made a list of girls you want to date after that, you know? I'm a man. Going after you, Jessica. I don't know what Jessica I'm talking about.
It wasn't a Jessica, I'll tell you that much. It started with a J, but it wasn't a Jessica.
Johnny?
No. No.
We're talking about wet balls in the face. I had to make a joke somewhere. See, again, was it filtered? Was it not filtered? I think about that too. But so, what'd you do after, like, when you got home? Were you just like?
No, I just went back to normal. Yeah. Nothing happened. He didn't yell at me. We didn't practice. We didn't do any of that stuff. It was just, you know. But God, it was almost like every game. And I know I'm making him sound bad, you know, but. Like
that's if any okay. So if you compare our dads with their dads, you know,
so
they're angels.
So the thing is, my dad, my grandpa, I never knew my grandpa, and he didn't know his dad.
Yeah.
His dad died while he was a baby. So I know, just going back, my dad didn't really have a father figure growing up, and if he did, it was gonna be like the town or whatever, right? And
the closest
like
male
figure, you know, and like it's never the same. So essentially, my dad is growing up to be a dad and not knowing how to be a dad. Just kind of what shaped him is what made him a dad.
Yeah.
And I know it's very authoritative how he was. But as much as I am against the whole, like, don't let your kids cry kind of thing, you have to be a man when you're fucking 5. It did teach me, and I guess it's just me trying to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
It did teach me at some points to, like, not to freak out, like, immediately when something happens, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I can't, as much as I'm against the way that it was, like, what I take from it, to me, he's still probably one of the best dads that I could have ever had.
Yeah.
You know, I compare it to other dads that I see or people who don't have fathers and stuff, like him. I mean, he did the best he could, and I can't feel anything but, like, happiness when I think about all those moments. He wasn't always like that. Mm-hmm. He would show signs of emotion, very rarely though.
Yeah.
But even if it was like taking us somewhere unexpectedly, you know, because when I do it to my kids, I get usually all giddy. I'm like, guess where we're going today, or guess what we're doing that. He used stone face. He wouldn't say shit. Yeah. I just knew we'd be going to the video rental store depending on the way we took to go home after school.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't say fucking shit. He wouldn't say like, hey, no, we would go, and probably because he wanted to get something too. But still, like, he would go. In that
dark room in the back corner.
Oh, oh man, dude, I thought Video Choice, man. Little curtain.
Video
dude,
Palace.
Honestly, no, the one I went to was Video Choice. Oh, okay. But
I want to say Video Palace for some reason.
No, there's Video Palace though.
Yeah, over by where the Chinese restaurant or buffet
There's
is.
that one too, and then there's one where I think it was Albertsons.
Over by yes,
there was. Remember that one? Albertsons used to have
Video
that.
Choice. Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, Video Palace. There was 2 Video Palaces at that time. But there was the one by the Chinese restaurant. Yeah, and there was one.
Why, anyway.
Yeah, and then Video Choice was where Planet Fitness is now.
Oh, that was Video Choice. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? We're old. But yeah, the little dark. I used to think something magical was there, just like some Wonderland. Even though technically, yeah, you could see it as magical in Wonderland. But I used to really think, and I used to kind of peek in over like that, trying to. I was like, man, I hope one day I'm gonna be able to go in there and maybe there's unicorns.
All I remember is like the black curtain and like surprisingly way more foot traffic than there should be going in there.
No trench coats though, thankfully.
Yeah, no trench coats.
I don't know. We're in California. Maybe there wasn't a need for trench coats. But
I guess. Yeah, no. There's definitely small moments where with our dads that, at least for me, for sure. Like if you told me like what were some of the happy moments,
yeah,
it's like car wash in A&W 21st Street after.
yeah.
You know, we'd put the little the Pontiac Trans Am. The glove compartment was flat.
Same car that woke you up in the morning.
Same car that woke me up in the morning, woke me up for life. Anyway, there was like the glove compartment where on the passenger side, when you would open it, it would sit like a tray. So that's where I would put my food.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And so and obviously it was window service. So it was actually a really good time doing it. That's why I was so sad when that closed down.
Oh, I know. It's the little things.
Yeah,
man.
but
Sometimes it's just the little things.
Yeah, we went to the car wash when we did that after. But that's pretty much it. Those were like our like day out kind of situation.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being 18 and finally making. I didn't go to Disneyland for the first time until like I was 20.
Oh, for real?
20.
Yeah.
So I want to say close to 21, but I was like, I think I was either a few months. I can't remember. It was either 18 or 20. No, it was 20.
High school.
It
Oh
was
no,
20.
you didn't. You did independent studies, right? After that.
I didn't go to any event for high school. Remember, anything after school, I typically did not do.
That's right.
Because I was just in that mindset. Like, there's no, I asked
You didn't
permission or I asked for a ride.
Yeah, you
it's
didn't
not
know.
going to happen.
You didn't know you could ask. You just never tried.
Yeah. And, yeah, I remember going to Disneyland for, like, the first time when I was 20. I was already a freaking grown-ass adult. So, for me, everything was like, why am I feeling these weird feelings of magic inside me? You know?
There's nothing wrong with being an adult going to Disneyland.
No. I know that now.
Shit, I'd be like, all right, you guys go stay, and I'm gonna go ride this ride. You guys can't.
I'll submit evidence. I'll submit evidence by saying go on TikTok and see how many people have their freaking ears. Like, so this is what you can do at Disneyland. And
oh, I know. Yeah, seriously. Oh God, TikTok.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I can't TikTok. I'm sorry.
I like TikTok. It's entertaining, but no, we have a lot of good memories, and obviously there's I'm lucky to say that the worst memories or like the bad memories is more of him just being passive than being abusive.
Right.
You know, so I think that's where I'm lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of parents that a lot of dads that do take out their
aggression on their
kids, or like they, whatever reasons, feeling that they failed in life, whatever, and that's the only control they have is by abusing their own family.
Someone smaller than them.
Someone smaller than them, which, by the way, seek out help if that's the case.
Yeah, it's not a good psyche to have. So
yeah, so I think I've always felt very lucky, and again, it's always a perspective that I compare myself with them as far as like, am I working hard enough?
We can never outsuffer our parents.
No, we're so lucky there.
There's no outsuffering our parents.
But that's the one thing I do. The one thing I do take away that I definitely learned a lot of is like, don't wait until they're an adult to like start having more of an emotional connection to your kid.
Oh yeah.
That's a big thing. Because as a kid, even now, like Sophia, even she's gonna be 2, so she's having her little tantrums here and there. But when she's like calm and you can see she's all there, she's not everywhere.
Yeah,
you like she'll give you like hugs and she'll give you a kiss and she'll randomly go hug, and I'm like, all right, cool. And that's when like, all right,
get over here. Yeah,
allow yourself to do that. Don't be like, no, I'm too busy or something like that. Because in the long run, it's gonna make a difference.
Especially to your boys too, not just to little girls. For
boys and girls, yeah.
Yeah, for dads. I mean, I don't know how it is nowadays, but I always think about like how it was. Yeah. And maybe I just wasn't looking the right ways, but I know as a little kid, for me, like, dads didn't really hug their boys too much. I know my dad didn't too much,
I don't remember a hug at all from my dad.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
you know, which it's completely changed now. But
Oh yeah.
you know, but I mean, as growing up, like I used to think like, as a dad, you're not even supposed to kiss your son because it's gonna make them weak, or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. It just.
which
Yeah.
that's another good topic to talk about another time because
I have stories.
Exactly.
Not like those kind of adult stories. I'm just like I'll explain next time on Halloween. And
maybe.
God, now we're talking about candy after that.
Yeah. All right, do the thing. There you go. Oh, speaking of stories and that sound. That's a bad call right there. Actually, or a good one.
We gotta change that sound. Though.
No, actually, I like that one. I think it's funny.
I like that too.
I
All right, this is the episode's over. Email us at twodadsinapod@gmail.com.
TWO at they always mess that up. TWO@gmail.com.
Just look at the
And
link.
just remember,
Just look
if
at
you
the details.
yeah, I mean, if you want to just listen to us, we're on Spotify. Same thing, Two Dads in a Pod. And if you want to watch and talk with us with more emotions, and you see what we do with our hands
In our faces.
and our faces, go to our YouTube at also Two Dads in
Two
a
Dads
Pod.
in a Pod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Subscribe and like if you can. Please,
Exactly
thank you.
that, and
Spread the word.
yeah, give us a post too on your social media. You know, spread the word. We always want people to know that we're doing this, and
And if you're a dad out
share
there,
what you think of our show.
if you're a dad out there or want to talk about your dad, let us know.
Yeah,
Why
come on
not?
the show.
Peace.